nLight manages and documents network connectivity throughout the data center. This data center floor plan illustrates a fully redundant physical network infrastructure with dual entrance facilities and distribution areas. Looking into a cabinet on the data center floor, we can see the equipment in the cabinet and where its position is. We can see by rotating the cabinet the depth of the equipment in the cabinet. On the back side, we can see the power strips and the equipment. I can look on the cabinet and look at the ports that are connected. So on the patch panels that are at the top and the bottom of the cabinet, I can see the different connections. I can click on one, and on the right side I will see where it's connected to, from the network panel to that is multi-mode fiber, and it's going to to this server and to this port on the NIC on the server. I can rotate the cabinet and get a visualization of where that connection might go from the or goes from the patch panel to the server. I can also look at this connection, and I can look in at the trace icon, and I can see both the network and the power. So for instance, if I click on that, I can see here's the patch panel, because that's what I clicked on. I can see all the devices connected to that patch panel, to this one patch panel. If I want to look a little bit more, I can increase the level, so that goes from a 2 to a 10. I'm just going to go one step out for the moment, and I can start seeing I can start building on my network chain and seeing how things are connected. If I go back to the cabinet planner, I can also see power. So for instance, if I click on this power strip, I can see where that connection goes. On the right side, I can see what outlet from the power strip goes to what power supply on the server. Again, I can rotate the cabinet and get a good visualization of where that connectivity might be. I can also go back and look at any one of these servers. So for instance, if I click on this server, I can see the card connections for the server, and I can see that they're, for instance, I've got all these NICs in different slots, slot 1, 2, 3, and 4. I can see that they're designated network A and network B. So the port on the port 1 on the NIC in slot 1 is designated network A. The other one's network B. You can see I've got this server is fully redundantly configured so that we've got the different networks and SAN connectivity. If I look out here to the right, I can see the additional information such as the color of the patch cord, what port name it is attached to, whether or not whether it's copper or fiber. I'll go all the way out, and I can see different. I can even add notes to the connection. So, for instance, if it was something I wanted to have the fluke test results in for the fiber or the copper, I could add that in there. If there was some other information or links to documents, I can add those into the notes. Looking at a connection, I can see the server through all the different patch panels, the structured cabling, all the way to the network switch. I can change my trace properties where I can see how things are connected and where they are. So here's my server to my patch panel, to structured cabling, over to the MDA. From the MDA, I've got a patch connection that goes to this patch panel, which then connects over to the module and the switch. For further diagnosis, if I wanted to, I could click on any one of these items or these assets, and I can view that asset. So for instance, in this scenario, I can go in and look at the module that it's connected to. And if I wanted to, I can click on the chassis planner, and I can see the chassis of the 7018 chassis that module is connected to. And then I can go in and look at that in the room plan, or again, look at that in cabinet planner mode, where I can see that switch in the cabinet. And again, I can see if I want to go to my options and look at all the connected ports in that cabinet.